Good afternoon, everyone, from a very dreary, very grey Britain. Well, the sky is always grey, unless it's raining. Then it's more grey. Anyway, I digress. Here we are with the Malagasy What If, totally fictional What If Special Forces. And the Madagascan fictional Special Forces that I have in 1 in 72nd are called MAD-SOFACOM for short. So Madagascan Special Operations Command. They have a range of assets available to them, and I did do a video a while back and I need to revisit them actually. Revisit the operators, as they like to be called. But anyway, here is two of their types. Here is their G550 based command aircraft with a 7,000 mile range. It carries the command team for special operations and communications gear, both underneath and on top and under the wings with aerials. Now, this is not a combat aircraft. This stays out of reach, and this provides command and control for special operations when they go down. But it has a pretty much theatre ride reach. 7,000 nautical miles. It's pretty effective, and it can get to most places within the globe within 2 stops. Not equipped for aerial refuelling, unlike some other G550s, but they haven't really found they've needed it yet. There's always some friendly allied base they can stop at. But on the ground, and to support the operators, as they like to be called, the operators are the people with cool beards, lots of pouches on top of pouches. They've got sophisticated weaponry. They've got magazines with extra pulls on them. They've got tailored shirts to make their muscles look good. You know, the operators, they are tactical. They are trained in CQB. They are trained in specializations. They have to have served a period of time within the Malagasy Armed Forces or Law Ministry before they can become an operator. And they train with the people from Hereford, and they train with Delta. Now, the Americans and the British called them Tier 1 Special Forces. They call themselves Tier 0 to be one better than the Americans. But anyway, they needed an aircraft to replace their Twin Otters, which they've been using for some time. Now, they do have Hercules HC-130Js. They've got 6 of those, and those can refuel the helicopters, the MH-47s, and the MH-60s, and they can give them more reach. And they tend to operate particularly in the Middle East and Africa, which is where the main interests are, and around the Indian Ocean. They do also operate in Antarctica, but it's a little bit chilly. And there's not very many terrorists in Antarctica, to be fair. So to be fair, they did need something to replace the Twin Otter, which is quite a limited aircraft in terms of range and capabilities. And they've gone down the American model, unsurprisingly. So if I was to tell you that this little Antonov AN-28 derived MC-145 could poop out a JASSM from the rear ramp, you probably wouldn't believe me. Let's have a look at the rear ramp. There is the rear ramp there. But it can, actually. It's designed to poop out a JASSM and AGM-158 from the rear. I don't know why you'd need to, but that is what the Sierra Nevada Corporation, or SNC, have done with their latest creation to replace the C-145 and the MC-145, which has been in US Special Operations Service for some time. The Malagasys have gone one step further. They've added a refueling probe to theirs, and they've added some extra ECM bits and bobs. It still has the MC-145 forward-looking turret, and of course, this is the Aeroplast model kit, which is an absolutely brilliant model kit. Now, this is the Polish Coastal Command RAF livery scheme box, which does have the large underbelly fairing there of the MC-145, which I think carries extra fuel and avionics. and it extends the range of the aircraft. And I've done it with the American style engines there, of the 5-bladed propellers, added some ECM, missile alert warning systems, added some Hellfires from the Dream model boxing, and added a rocket pod from the Dream model Cobras, Vipers, sorry, that I'm not using. I've also added some SATCOM antennas on top, because Special Forces like to use secure communications and long-range communications. Now, in addition to being able to poop out a JASSM, this aircraft is also able to dispense loitering munitions as well from the rear ramp, which the Madagascans do, or from side pods on the latest Sierra Nevada Corporation one. I've gone again one step further. So these are the loitering munitions from the KF-51 Vespid model kit, but they can also poop out from the rear ramp a much bigger loitering munition, which is this one here, which has a significant warhead. So more capability just from that rear ramp. What else can they do? Well, they can do short takeoff and landing. The aircraft is capable of operating off improvised and rugged landing strips. It's very reliable. It's got big windows there for the crew. The kit has excellent interior detail, which you can't really see, unfortunately. And it has that rear ramp on there. I've got another 2 of these to build in the stash. I've had them for quite some time. Absolutely fantastic little aircraft. I've added more chaff and flare dispensers. I've added more ECM because the operators need to be kept safe. And I've done it in my own custom markings of medium gunship grey over light grey. And the idea of this aircraft is that whereas the G550 provides the overall command and direction to the operators when they're going in, and that can include combat search and rescue using the combat search and rescue capabilities, and I've got news coming soon regarding those capabilities which are being expanded. And they can also then transmit to this aircraft, which can have overwatch for the operators when they're doing their missions. If the operators get into some difficulties and require some support, this can act as a gunship with the 2 latest generation Hellfires, laser guided rocket pods, and pooping out some of these munitions. The JASSM is a bit overkill, but who knows, the operators get what they want. Given the position of Madagascar, given the position of pirate threats around the East African coast, going up towards the Middle East, the bad actors who are worse than Nicolas Cage at acting. Sorry, any Nicolas Cage fans, but given the amount of bad actors in the region, the Malagasy Special Forces are a priority. They are well-resourced and funded element of my what if world, and quite rightly, because ultimately these are the guys that keep the bad actors away from the BAFTAs and stop them getting gongs. 6 of these will serve. 3 of these already serve. The 6 of these will provide a backup and support to the helicopters and also operators when they're doing clandestine missions, deniable missions, stuff like that. Although for deniable missions, they have a whole other range of aircraft and assets, which I don't even know about. I just pay the bill. But there we go. Take care, everyone. Enjoy your day and look out for the operators and their tactical pouches.